Imagine two people with the exact same ambition to build a successful online business. Person A, they're in the trenches, clocking in 80-hour weeks, tackling every single task themselves, from the smallest detail to the biggest launch. 6 months in, they're exhausted, overwhelmed, and teetering on the edge of burnout. Now meet Person B. They took a different approach, focusing laser-like on only the high-impact activities that truly move the needle. Everything else, automated, delegated, or simply eliminated. In the same 6 months, Person B has built a sustainable system that's actually thriving. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if the secret to success isn't endless hustle, but something far more counterintuitive? What if the most successful people aren't working harder, but working smarter? This video will show you why your ambition, combined with what might feel like laziness, could actually be your greatest strength. We'll explore the power of strategic laziness, not as doing nothing, but as a powerful efficiency driver that directs your precious energy only towards what truly matters. Hey, welcome back. So, we just talked about this crazy idea. What if being a little lazy is actually your secret weapon? Stick with me here, because this isn't about becoming a couch potato. It's about something way more powerful: strategic laziness. Think about it. The ambitious but lazy person isn't trying to slack off. They're not allergic to hard work. What they're allergic to is unnecessary work. They instinctively guard their energy like it's the most precious resource on the planet, because, frankly, it is. They understand a fundamental truth. It's not about the hours you put in. It's about the impact you create. This requires a mindset shift, a total reframe of how you see laziness. Stop thinking of it as a character flaw, something to be ashamed of. Instead, see it as an efficiency driver. It's that little nudge in the back of your mind that whispers, there has to be an easier way. And guess what? That whisper is often right. It pushes you to find the path of least resistance to your goals. We've all been there, right? Running around like crazy, ticking off a million little things, feeling busy. But at the end of the day, what did you actually accomplish that moved the needle? There's a huge trap in equating activity with accomplishment and busyness with productivity. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor in our modern workplace, celebrating the person who stays latest, not the one who achieved the most impactful results. Think back to the last time you were frantically working all day but couldn't name a single important thing you finished. It's a common experience. But the ambitious but lazy individual, they're different. They've developed a superpower, the ability to sniff out what's actually worth doing. It's like they have a built-in BS detector for tasks that are just busy work in disguise. So, are you ready to stop spinning your wheels on things that don't really matter? Are you ready to channel that inner, lazy voice into a force for massive efficiency? Good, because in the next chapter, we're going to unlock a powerful tool that will help you do just that, the 80-20 rule. Trust me, this is where the magic really starts to happen. Hey, welcome back. So, we just talked about this crazy idea. What if being a little lazy is actually your secret weapon? Stick with me here, because this isn't about becoming a couch potato. It's about something way more powerful: strategic laziness. Think about it. The ambitious but lazy person isn't trying to slack off. They're not allergic to hard work. What they're allergic to is unnecessary work. They instinctively guard their energy like it's the most precious resource on the planet, because, frankly, it is. They understand a fundamental truth. It's not about the hours you put in. It's about the impact you create. This requires a mindset shift, a total reframe of how you see laziness. Stop thinking of it as a character flaw, something to be ashamed of. Instead, see it as an efficiency driver. It's that little nudge in the back of your mind that whispers, there has to be an easier way. And guess what? That whisper is often right. It pushes you to find the path of least resistance to your goals. We've all been there, right? Running around like crazy, ticking off a million little things, feeling busy. But at the end of the day, what did you actually accomplish that moved the needle? There's a huge trap in equating activity with accomplishment and busyness with productivity. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor in our modern workplace, celebrating the person who stays latest, not the one who achieved the most impactful results. Think back to the last time you were frantically working all day but couldn't name a single important thing you finished. It's a common experience. But the ambitious but lazy individual, they're different. They've developed a superpower, the ability to sniff out what's actually worth doing. It's like they have a built-in BS detector for tasks that are just busy work in disguise. So, are you ready to stop spinning your wheels on things that don't really matter? Are you ready to channel that inner, lazy voice into a force for massive efficiency? Good, because in the next chapter, we're going to unlock a powerful tool that will help you do just that, the 80-20 rule. Trust me, this is where the magic really starts to happen. All right, let's talk about something that silently sabotages your productivity more than you probably realize: decisions. Yes, you heard that right. Even the smallest, seemingly insignificant choices you make throughout the day are actually draining your precious mental energy. Welcome to Chapter 3, Decision Minimization, your secret weapon for preserving your mental firepower. Think of your willpower and decision-making ability like a muscle. Throughout the day, every decision you make, what to wear, what to eat, when to check your email, chips away at that muscle. This is what's known as decision fatigue, and it silently undermines your productivity, especially later in the day. You start strong, but by late afternoon, even deciding what to have for dinner feels like a monumental task. Sound familiar? This is why those ambitious goals and productivity hacks often fizzle out. Your decision-making reserves are simply depleted. But what if you could eliminate 90% of those minor decisions and save that mental energy for what truly matters? That's the core of decision minimization. The ambitious but lazy person understands this intuitively and actively creates decision frameworks, templates, and defaults to automate the small stuff. It's about deciding once for recurring situations so you don't have to waste brain power on them every single day. Here are some practical ways to implement decision minimization in your life, inspired by the strategies of the strategically lazy. Create a default schedule. Block out time for important work, recurring tasks, and even breaks. By having a pre-planned structure, you eliminate the need to constantly decide what to work on next. Establish personal policies. Set rules for yourself to automate certain choices. Examples include, I don't take meetings before 11 a.m., or I always work on creative projects first thing in the morning. These policies remove the need to evaluate each request individually. Simplify recurring decisions. Think about the choices you make every day. Can you streamline them? Meals. Have a few go-to-breakfast and lunch options, or even meal prep for the week. Clothing. Consider a capsule wardrobe or a set of similar outfits for work, like our friend Peter with his 5 nearly identical work outfits. As he wisely put it, why waste brain power deciding which fabric to put on when you could be thinking about literally anything else? Utilize templates and checklists. For recurring tasks, create templates for emails, documents, or standard operating procedures. Checklists ensure consistency without requiring you to rethink the process each time. These might seem like minor tweaks, but they lead to profound changes in your mental energy levels. By minimizing the number of decisions you make, you'll maintain peak mental performance throughout the day. You'll break free from the cycle of starting strong, but ending weak, and consistently direct your best thinking towards your most important work. We often celebrate people with strong willpower, but the truth is they've often just designed better systems that require less willpower in the first place. So, are you ready to reclaim your mental energy and reserve it for the decisions that truly move the needle? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to take this a step further by designing your environment to support your goals effortlessly. All right, get ready to level up your strategic laziness, because in this chapter, we're diving into something that's way more powerful than sheer willpower: your environment. Welcome to Chapter 4, Design Your Environment for Effortless Good Choices, where we make doing the right thing the easy thing. Let's be real. How many times have you set ambitious goals, only to have your own habits and surroundings trip you up? It's not a lack of desire. It's often your environment working against you. Think about it. Your environment, physical, digital, and social, shapes your behaviors more powerfully than intentions ever will. So, instead of constantly battling yourself with willpower, the ambitious but lazy person does something much smarter. They design a world where the right choices are the path of least resistance. This is incredibly liberating because it means you can stop feeling like a failure when your willpower inevitably falters. The strategically lazy don't fight their natural tendencies. They design environments that make good behaviors almost automatic and bad behaviors nearly impossible. It's about setting up your surroundings so you're naturally pulled toward your goals. Here are some practical examples of how to design your environment for effortless good choices. To focus better. Instead of just putting your phone on silent, put it in another room entirely. This simple friction adjustment drastically reduces the temptation to check notifications. To encourage exercise, sleep in your workout clothes and put your shoes right by the door. By minimizing the steps required to start your workout, you make it significantly easier to follow through. To eat healthier. As mentioned earlier, if you don't want to eat junk food, don't keep it in your house. It's much easier to avoid temptation when it's not readily available. In your digital life, uninstall distracting apps from your phone or move them to a less accessible folder. Use website blockers to limit time on unproductive sites during work hours. In your social environment, intentionally surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking and energy. Their positive habits and mindset can have a powerful influence on your own. Conversely, limit your exposure to environments or people that consistently derail your progress. The key here is reducing friction for important tasks and increasing friction for distractions. Small changes to your environment can lead to massive, sustainable behavior changes. With strategic environment design, you're not relying on fleeting motivation. You're creating sustainable systems that make continuous progress almost automatic, regardless of how you're feeling on any given day. We've all been there, setting goals only to have our environment sabotage us. Our culture often glorifies powering through difficult circumstances, but the strategically lazy know that it's much more effective to intelligently redesign those circumstances to support our goals. So, are you ready to stop battling yourself and start building a world that effortlessly guides you toward success? Because in the next chapter, we're going to explore how to take this even further by setting up systems that work for you automatically, even while you sleep. All right, buckle up, because we're about to unlock the next level of ambitious laziness, strategic automation. Welcome to Chapter 5, Strategic Automation. Set it up once, benefit forever, where we'll explore how to multiply your effectiveness without multiplying your effort. Imagine doing the work once and then having that work repeat automatically, consistently delivering value without you lifting a finger. Sounds like magic, right? Well, it's not magic. It's strategic automation, and it's the ultimate leverage tool for the ambitious but lazy. Think of it as setting up a domino effect. A little push up front creates a massive chain reaction of results down the line. Strategic automation isn't just about automating mundane tasks. It's about scaling yourself. The real power lies in automating not just tasks, but also decisions, communications, and even aspects of your creativity. When implemented strategically, automation compounds over time, continuously delivering value while you're free to focus on new opportunities and high-impact activities. The ambitious but lazy see automation as a way to break free from the trap of trading time for money. It's about building systems that work for you 24/7, allowing you to achieve more while actually doing less. This is how the truly effective outperform those who simply work harder. Here are some practical examples of how to implement strategic automation in your life. Create templates for common emails, documents, and social media posts. Create templates that you can quickly adapt instead of starting from scratch every time. Utilize scheduling tools. Automate your social media posting, schedule meetings effortlessly, and set up email sequences to nurture relationships without constant manual input. Set up automatic payments and financial transfers. Eliminate the mental overhead of remembering bills and consistently save or invest without manual effort. Build checklists and standard operating procedures. SOPs for recurring processes. Create checklists and SOPs once so that you or anyone else can follow them consistently without having to rethink the process each time. The beauty of strategic automation is that the initial investment of time and effort pays dividends forever. By setting up these systems, you free up significant mental bandwidth that can then be directed towards higher value activities. The 20% that truly drives results, as we discussed in Chapter 1. Most of us waste countless hours repeating the same tasks slightly differently each time. Our education system often trains us to manually execute tasks repeatedly rather than teaching us the meta skill of building systems that execute automatically. The ambitious but lazy person recognizes this inefficiency and actively seeks to build automated solutions. Remember that feeling of relief and pride when you finally set up a system that handled a recurring task without your involvement? That's the power of strategic automation. It's about being smart enough to invest a little time up front to save countless hours and mental energy in the long run. So, are you ready to start building your own army of automated systems that work tirelessly for you, even while you sleep? In the next chapter, we'll delve into why simply setting goals isn't enough and why building systems is the real secret to lasting success. All right, hold on to your hats, because in this chapter, we're uncovering the real secret sauce to achieving lasting success without draining your precious energy. Welcome to Chapter 6, From Goals to Systems, the path to consistent success, where we ditch the fleeting high of goal setting for the reliable power of well-designed systems. Let's face it, we've all set goals with the best intentions, haven't we? Lose 10 pounds, write a novel, learn a new language. But how often do those goals just hang there in the future, taunting us with our lack of progress? That's because goals have a fundamental flaw. They exist in the future and provide absolutely zero guidance for what you need to do today. They're the destination without a map. Now, enter the unsung hero of the ambitious but lazy systems. Unlike goals that live in some distant tomorrow, systems operate in the present and continuously move you forward. Think of it this way. If you want to achieve something once, set a goal. But if you want to achieve something forever, build a system. The ambitious but lazy individual isn't obsessed with just reaching the finish line. They're focused on developing the process that makes crossing that finish line inevitable. They understand that sustainable success isn't about one heroic effort. It's about the consistent application of smart, well-designed systems. Let's look at some practical examples of this shift in mindset. Instead of setting a goal to write a book, the ambitious but lazy person creates a daily writing system where they commit to writing, say, 500 words every single day, no matter what. The focus shifts from the abstract future goal to the concrete present action. Instead of just aiming to get in shape, they design a gym routine that gets them to the gym 3 times a week without fail. It's about the scheduled commitment, the process, not just the desired physique. Here's the kicker. Systems succeed where willpower often fails. Willpower is a finite resource, as we learned in Chapter 2 about decision minimization. It fluctuates with your mood, your energy levels, and whether you skip breakfast. Systems, on the other hand, are like reliable autopilot. Once set up, they guide your behavior consistently, leading to continuous progress rather than repeated failure. You eliminate the emotional roller coaster of constantly trying to muster the motivation to work towards a distant goal and instead develop sustainable processes that deliver results regardless of your current motivation or circumstances. Think about those New Year's resolutions that crumble by February. They're typically ambitious goals without any underlying system to support them. It's like saying you'll meet a friend across the country without planning how you'll get there. Sure, the intention is there, but the execution is missing. Our achievement-focused culture often celebrates the shiny outcome, reaching the goal, but rarely acknowledges the less glamorous but far more crucial systems that made those achievements possible. The ambitious but lazy person understands this fundamental truth. focus on building the right systems, and the results will naturally follow. So, are you ready to stop chasing fleeting goals and start building the reliable engines of success? Because in the next chapter, we're going to dive into how to maximize your results with the absolute minimum amount of effort. The magic of the minimum effective dose. All right, you've mastered the art of getting more done with less effort in your work life. But what if I told you that you could apply these very same principles to every single area of your life, turning the dial up on enjoyment and down on unnecessary effort across the board? Welcome to Chapter 7, the Strategic Efficiency Lifestyle, where we'll explore how to design a life that delivers maximum results with minimum fuss. We're not just talking about being productive at work anymore. We're talking about crafting an entire existence around leverage, value, and automation. Think of it as the ultimate ambitious but lazy upgrade for your entire being. From your relationships to your health to your personal growth, every aspect of your life becomes an opportunity to apply strategic thinking and system design. Let's break down how to weave this strategic efficiency magic into the fabric of your everyday. Health. Instead of killing yourself with hours of exercise you secretly dread, apply the minimum effective dose. Research shows that sometimes less is truly more, like 20 minutes of high-intensity interval training being more effective than an hour of steady-state cardio. Find the smallest input that gives you the biggest health benefits and stick to that. It's about sustainable well-being, not unsustainable bursts of effort. Finances. Embrace decision minimization for your money. Set up automatic investments and savings transfers so you're consistently growing your wealth without having to constantly make decisions about it. Automate bill payments to eliminate the mental clutter of due dates. Make the right financial choices once and let the systems take over. Home. Apply strategic automation to your living space. Think about systems that maintain order with minimal effort. Robot vacuums, automated grocery delivery, preset routines for tidying up. These aren't just luxuries. They're tools for freeing up your time and mental energy for things you actually enjoy. Relationships. This might sound a bit unconventional, but consider applying environment design to your social circle. Intentionally surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking, energize you, and support your growth. Reduce the friction of connecting with positive influences and increase the friction of engaging with draining or negative ones. This isn't about being ruthless. It's about being strategic with your precious social energy. When every facet of your life operates on these principles, the 80-20 rule guiding, where you focus your energy, decision minimization, reducing mental fatigue, strategic automation, handling repetitive tasks, environment design, shaping your behaviors, the focus on systems over goals, the power of the minimum effective dose, and even strategically leveraging the time and skills of others where appropriate. Think about shared household responsibilities. Then extraordinary results become not just possible, but inevitable. The beauty of the strategic efficiency lifestyle is that it's not about constant struggle and visible busyness. It's about designing a life of effortless effectiveness, where you achieve more meaningful goals while experiencing less stress and enjoying more freedom. Imagine looking back and realizing you accomplished more than most while actually enjoying the journey far more. That's the ultimate promise of living strategically. So, are you ready to extend your ambitious but lazy genius to every corner of your existence? Because in our final chapter, we're going to explore the ultimate payoff of all this strategic effort minimization, creating assets that work for you even while you sleep, building your very own overnight empire. All right, listen up, because this is where we bring it all home. You've stuck with me through this journey, and now you know the secret. Being ambitious but lazy isn't a contradiction. It's a superpower waiting to be unlocked. You now have the blueprint to stop confusing activity with accomplishment and start designing a life of strategic efficiency. So, I want to hear from you. Which of these principles, the 80-20 rule, decision minimization, environment design, strategic automation, building systems, the minimum effective dose, or even the power of leveraging others, are you going to implement first in your life? Head down to the comments section right now and let me know. Or even better, Share your own ambitious but lazy hack, that clever shortcut or system you've already discovered that saves you time and energy. Let's build a community of strategic minimalists who accomplish more by doing less. If you found this video valuable, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve and keep learning how to work smarter, not harder, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future insights. And for those of you who want to dive deeper and support the creation of more content like this, I've also just started Patreon. You can find a link in the description below if you'd like to connect with me more directly and help keep these videos coming. Remember, the world is full of busy, burned-out people, but you now have a different path. Go out there, be ambitious, be lazy strategically, and design a life that works for you. Thanks for watching.